Good morning, students, and welcome to this video for Publisher exercise number 7. So we're going to go over a couple terms here before we get started, a couple skills, and one of the first things is autoflow, and it's a feature that allows the story to continue into linked text boxes when the original text box is too small to hold it. And we talked about that idea of a story, of how in Publisher you can make multiple boxes and have them linked together. And we're going to see a little bit of that coming up in our exercise. Also, remember that story we talked about is just a series of those text boxes linked together. So if I had multiple pages, multiple text boxes on each page, I could link them all together to be a single story. That's how Publisher works. But the main thing we're going to be talking about today is importing things into Publisher. So Publisher, of course, is a part of Microsoft Office, and that has many applications that you can use. And one of the nice things they've done is they set it up so that you can bring something in from one program to another. Word is much stronger when it comes to typing up essays, things like that. Excel, there's charts and lists. And so maybe you want to make what your content is in one program and transition it over to Publisher for you to distribute to other people. And we're going to be looking at that. Now, when you do this, it doesn't work to go, and I have a lot of students who they go and it says import this document, and they go to File Explorer, they open it up, they find the document that they want, they double click on it, thinking it's going to import into Publisher, and it opens it up in Word, and they're confused, and they're like, why is this happening? Well, it's because you're not actually importing it, you're just choosing to open it. If you want to import into Publisher, you have to insert it, and of course it has to be an actual text file. So if I click on the Insert tab, I can go over to Insert File, and this is what I would select to put something in there. And I could go to Quick Access, where I have my files I just downloaded. I could double click on it and it will insert. Now it takes a bit to convert it. Sometimes it's longer than others. It just depends on your computer, but you can see the stuff that was in that Word document is now on my Publisher page. So it's pretty easy to do, and it's a very good tool for the fact that we're able to do those things. Now, one thing I do want to say here with Publisher is that, remember, pages are arranged differently. It's not like Microsoft Word or Excel where you can just keep scrolling down and kind of switch. It's more of you have individual pages and you can add pages. So there's a page button up here on this one. I can click and add multiple pages and go in between them like this. And we'll use this more as we go throughout. But those are the main skills we wanted to cover before we get started. Now, the first thing we want to do, I'm going to exit out of this one. So File, Close, and we're going to open up our document that you should have already downloaded. Now, you'll notice when I bring up Publisher, as opposed to clicking Blank and New, I can choose Open from the list. Or sometimes down below here, it'll say Open Other Publications, as opposed to what's over here in the Quick Access list. So go ahead and do that, browse, and we're going to open up our file. I'm going to go to Quick Access. This is a good way for you to go to your files as opposed to going directly to the folder. You can see I have all the ones here that I need, or at least most of them. So we do need to open up Pub 07, which looks like it's not in the list. So I'm going to go to Downloads and find it. So if you haven't opened it, it should come up. But I think because I opened it, it didn't properly do it. Or it looks like I need to go to Plus Portals and do it. For some reason, it didn't download. So remember, if you don't have it, go back to Plus Portals, find it. So I'm going to do that right now. If you're not a student who's using Plus Portals, of course, then you need to get it from either the CD that came with the book. Oh, that was why I had Open File selected. This may have happened to you as well. There we go, Pub 07. And here's our file coming up right here. So this is the Geology Club we're working on. You'll notice they have a logo with it and such this time as opposed to what we had before. And what we're going to do is we need to save it right away as a different document. So File, Save As, and of course Browse, saving it to the right folder. So I'm going to go to my folder that I've been saving it in. You can see it's in Downloads right now. So let me switch it, Documents, my demonstration folder, and we're going to be naming it 07geo underscore your initials. 07geo underscore your initials. And then let's save it. Now it says we need to replace all the text in the middle text box, so this one right here, with the text from our file. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go click, let's get rid of all that. So I click and drag and then backspace, get rid of it. Let's go to the Insert tab, And again, there's sometimes different ways to get to the button I'm showing you, and I'm just showing you one of the ways that you could do it. And insert file. You'll notice it's in the text group. Insert file. When I do this, it's going to bring this up, and then I need to go find it. So either in downloads, I'm going to try quick access again, let it redeem itself here, and we need pub07 import 1 doc. You'll notice it's a Word document. Now if I just open this up in File Explorer, it's just going to open it. You have to do it this way to get it to import. So I select it, I click OK. It's going to take this text, it converts it, and puts it right here inside of our publisher document. Now it says, notice that the import text retains its formatting from Word, which is nice, and uses a different font and size. So it's not matching up with what we have. Now it says, edit the story in Word, changing April 21st to 23rd. So right down here. And of course, story, it's talking about our text box. And then it also says to save our work and then close our file. So we're actually done with this one for the changes right now. I'm going to click File, Close, and then next thing we need to do is we need to open the file pub07 import 2 in Publisher. Now when I open up Publisher just straight from the get-go, you can see here it lists recent documents. That's not going to appear here when you do it. You have to choose Open Other Publications down here in the bottom left corner, and then of course Browse, and go to the file. So I'm going to go up here to Quick Access again. It's showing me my files and downloads. That's why it's just a quicker option here. And then we have pub07 import 2. We're going to open up. You'll notice it's a Word document. Again, it takes a little bit of time to convert, sometimes longer than others. Just wait for it. Then it says resize the text box containing the letter so the text box right and left sides are 1 inch from the edge of the paper. Now the nice thing is it's already done it for us. So if you have this version of Publisher, it does it for us. It's great. It's already set to 1 inches. We don't have to do that. But it does say 2 inches from the edge of the top and bottom. So left and right sides are correct, but the top and bottom need to be 2 inches, and right now they're 1 inch. So you can see here my dot is aligned with the 1 inch mark, so I'm going to move this down here to 2 inches. And the way you can tell is you're looking at the ruler along the left side. So I'm looking over here as I move it to see. So same thing, I got to move this in 1 more inch to the 9 inch marker. And now you can see it's looking correctly. So I'm going to zoom in here now that we've adjusted that. And it says what we need to do here is we're adjusting the story again. So instead of April 21st, we're switching it to April 23rd, just like this. And that says to print the letter. Now let's save it first before we print it. So it doesn't say to save it just yet, but we're going to save it. So click the Save button up here. We're choosing Browse. Remember, you're choosing the folder it needs to go into. So your flash drive, whatever the case may be. If I can get my mouse to stay. And then we're going to name it 07GO let underscore your initials. So this is a letter they're sending out in reference to that flyer they're making. We're going to save it. Now let's print it because it's going to make it easier to name it. So File, Print. Of course, you're choosing Microsoft Print to PDF. We're making that PDF file. We're not actually printing that extra paper just to throw it away. So choose Print. And of course, going to save the PDF in the right folder. It's already put in the right folder for me. If you start typing in that name, you'll see it come up. So 07GO let underscore your initials. Remember, don't put .pub because this is a PDF file. It'll automatically put .pdf for us. And then you save it. Now we can exit Publisher and let's move on to our next file here. So we finished the first part of the exercise. Let's go to the second. Anytime you print as PDF, it wants you to save it again. That's fine. You could choose not save if you really want. It says start Publisher if necessary and open the file opub07a. So I'm going to choose Open, Browse, and I'm going to go to Quick Access. That's where it should be if I downloaded it correctly. opub07a. And it looks like it's not showing up. So either I opened it or I need to go look again. Oh, I got opub07b. Let's go to Plus Portals. you notice how easy it is to go and download a file in case you actually told it to open. So apparently that's what I did. So opub07a. Gotta tell it to save the file. So I click OK. And now I can open that up. And it should, if I refresh my downloads, or actually let's go to quick access. opub07a. There we go. And it's going to look like this. Now it's talking about the origin of species, which of course we know is wrong. Or you may not believe that, but there's different reasons showing why. But we have this file open. Let's go ahead and now it says you can either use a Word template, open it directly from the dialog box, or of course import it. So we just opened it, and let's save it. So we need to change the name, File, Save As. Of course, you go into the folder you saved it to, or excuse me, you're going to the folder you need to save it to, and we're naming it 07SA_MR, or excuse me, your initials. You're not Mr. Rogers. 07SA_ initials. It says to resize the text box on the first page to make 1 inch of extra space at the top. So at this point, it's already done 1 inch with it, so we'll actually leave it. And then it says, oh, okay, I see what we're doing. We do need to make 1 inch extra. So it has 1 inch already, but we need to move it a little bit further. So let's move it down here to 2 inches because we're going to put a text box with other stuff in it. So 2 inches, we got that extra inch of space now. And then we need to import the document. So let's use Insert tab, Insert File, and then we need to find that file, which is opub07b. Let's see if it's in our list. Yep, right down here, opub07b. So I'm going to select that. It's a Word document. It's going to import it for us. It's going to be 1 text box. Now, Publisher is converting this file. Like I said, it may take a little bit longer for it to work. Now, depending on your computer, it might be like mine where you're questioning if it's going to break, but it's not. And so we need to move this here and resize it so that way it's above it. So I'm going to put the corners right here, match it up with a blue margin edge. And then let's grab this size handle and move it all the way over here, match it up with the edge, and move it down to about right, the 2 inch mark like this. So it should look just like this. And then what we're going to do is just switch it to best fit so you can actually read it as well. So I just right clicked, chose best fit. You could always go to the format button up here in text box tools, text fit, and choose it there as well. Now it says to open the article in Word and go through the article looking for red underlined words and change their spellings to American spellings of these words. So, but what we're going to actually do is, it used to be Publisher didn't have spell check, but we should have spell check here. Yes, we do in it. So I push F7, and you notice it has different spellings, more of like the English British spelling, the older one, and we're going to change it. So you see we have the U there when it should just be this. So click change, and you're going to go through and change them. So very simple. I would say don't click just change all because you don't know if it's going to change ones that excuse me, you don't want it to change ones that aren't actually incorrect. So just checking it like this. Actually, to see this one we ignore. So basically you're looking for those misspellings as opposed to changing the words. And there we go. So it finished it. It says, do you want to check the rest of it? We're going to say yes just in case it didn't. And this one we are going to leave. So there we go. Alright, then what we need to do is we need to save our work. And then we can exit Publisher. And that is how you complete Publisher exercise number 7. And of course you're turning in the 07 SA file, or excuse me, 07 SA file, the Publisher file, and then you're turning in a Publisher file of 07 Geo and a Publisher in PDF of 07 Geo Let. So those are the exercise files you need to turn in for this one. Good job following along.